Shunting is an everyday activity for many of our people in freight and regional operations, and safety is our highest priority. However, yard derailments still occur during shunting operations, which costs our division around $3 million for the financial year 99-2000. It's our goal to reduce yard derailments by 50%. To help us achieve this goal, we need your help. All operational employees need to be aware of the following procedures before any train movement takes place.
Before moving any rail vehicles, make sure all doors and gates are closed. The load is properly secured. No items such as tarpaulins or ropes are hanging loose. And all container twist locks and spigots are in the correct position. Check the air brake is connected and working unless otherwise instructed. And the unused hose bags are dummied up. If you need to travel on a rail vehicle or locomotive while shunting, never ride outside the profile. It could cause a serious injury or even death. Before any train enters a road, you need to check the points are correctly set for the desired road, and any obstructions or derailing devices are moved or set correctly. Remember to operate spring points from the point side and always face the oncoming traffic. Spring points and other manual points can kick back, so stay clear when you are not operating them. QR uses other types of hand-operated points. You need to check the shunting procedure manual if you're unsure of their operation. Catch points are used to protect the main line and some sidings from runaway vehicles. Always operate the derailleur facing the oncoming traffic. Choke blocks are also used to protect running tracks and sidings from runaway rail vehicles. Before moving a vehicle, check the choke block is not over the rail. Some hand-operated points use Hudson-Patrick locks to lock them in the normal position. There are several types of Hudson-Patrick locks used on the QR network. Most are operated with a points key. If you are unsure of their operation, again, check the shunting procedure manual. You also need to be aware of any signs or boards in the area you're working in and their purpose. Some roads lead into private property and are accessed by locked gates. You will need to arrange to have these gates unlocked and opened by the appropriate person. Once the road is clear, you can begin the shunting movement, and remember to use the correct radio procedure.
Container shunt driver, you're right to proceed into the terminal.
When the movement is complete, reset everything to the correct position. When shunting towards a stop block and the train crew are unable to see beyond the last rail vehicle, the operations employee shall be in a position to relay the vehicle's location. The operations employee shall constantly communicate the distance in meters left to travel.
Container shunt driver, 1 metre to go.
This avoids the rail vehicles colliding with the stop block and causing damage to the stop block and vehicle. Stop blocks will only withstand limited contact. When transmissions are completed, the word out must be used to indicate the channel is clear.
Melbourne shunter out.
When you detach a string of rail vehicles from a locomotive, remember to release all air from the brake pipe to apply the air brakes. Then, apply the appropriate number of hand brakes on the rail vehicles to stop them moving. This is a wheel ratchet handbrake, but QR uses other types of hand-operated brakes as well. Check the shunting procedure manual if you're unsure of their operation. Remember to set all points, deraillers and other rail equipment to their appropriate position after any shunting movement is complete. When a locomotive is left unattended, apply the handbrake and, if you need to chock the wheels, only chock from one side. And never place your hand between the chock and the rail or wheel. Once a string of rolling stock has been joined together using bottom-operated automatic couplers, you must carry out a stretch test.
Container shunt driver, stop. Container shunt driver, I'll get you to do a stretch test.
You need to apply sufficient force for the locomotive or rail vehicle placer to take the entire weight of the train. If the train does come apart during the test, recouple it and carry out the stretch test again. If you are shunting near clearance points of roads, do not leave rail vehicles foul unless absolutely necessary. And if vehicles are required to be left foul, all employees in the work area are to be made aware of the fouled roads. Some yards have clearance point boards where lines converge, indicating the point where rolling stock will not foul the adjoining track. Elsewhere, you need to check that a vehicle is not too close to a converging track. Stretch your arm out to see if you can touch the rail vehicle. If you can't, it's clear of the track. In a time of ongoing change, train crew are performing more shunting now than ever before. If you are shunting in isolated and unattended yards and sidings without an operations employee, you must be aware of all shunting procedures.
Yeah, you're right to come back when you're ready, please. 6501.
QR is committed to a safer railway. By following the correct procedure, we can ensure shunting and securing activities are more efficient and safer. This will in turn ensure that a reduction in yard derailments is a real possibility in metropolitan freight and regional operations.